We're going to be doing our cinema project on Futurama, Into the Wild Green Yonder. The movie begins by Leo Wong destroying Mars Vegas and building a new one. The eco-feminists are protesting this, and a skirmish leads to a piece of jewelry in Fry's head. The place is still destroyed because of a bribe. Leo Wong pays the professor to classify the destruction as environmentally friendly. Leela then saves, before the destruction, a leech, which is the last one of its species.
Fry, after the incident, is hearing voices, and meets a hobo named Hutch, who gives him a tinfoil hat and warns him of the Dark Ones. Leo plans to destroy 12% of Milky Way for a giant golf course, including giant dwarf star teeming with life. Even though it is teeming with life, he still decides to destroy it, which causes Leela to join the eco-feminists.
Fry meets a legion of madfellows, which are all people with the same ability to read people's thoughts, although they cannot read Fry's. After that, the madfellows educate Fry of the Dark Ones and warn how there is one still alive, and they tell about how the dwarf star system is an egg that contains the last guardian of all species to defeat the Dark One. They also say how Fry is the chosen one who can help the guardian defeat the Dark One.
Professor disbands Planet Express due to missing crew. Fry goes undercover as Leo Wong's bodyguard after the influence of the Madfellows to stop the destruction of Dwarf Star. Plan is later conflicted with Leela and eco-feminists who have gained much popularity and followers, which causes them to later kill the vice president and go on the run, and then get captured by Captain Brannigan, who was helped by Bender's info.
Leo Wong sets a date for the destruction of the Dwarf Star, which Fry will be attending, as will the Dark One, for it is told by the Madfellows, and they give Fry a device in order to disable the Dark One's powers. Bender frees the eco-feminists hypocritically in order to hold a record for the most crimes committed at once, and are taken to the ceremony by the remaining Planet Express crew, which includes the Professor and Dr. Zoidberg. At the ceremony, Fry can't find the Dark One and concludes that he is the Dark One because he is the only one whose mind he can't read. Leela then shows up with the rest of the eco-feminists and is confronted by Fry, who urges them to let him use the device on himself, which will kill him.
After using the device, he notices nothing happens to him, but the leech on Leela falls to the ground and admits to being the Dark One. The dwarf star system turns into a sperm and flies into the dwarf star itself, making a giant manta ray-like creature. This creature is the guardian and contains a dome full of Noah's Ark on its back, having every single extinct or living species.
The Dark One kills Hutch, who manages to pull the jewelry out of Fry's head, disabling his ability to read minds. The Manta Ray kills the Dark One, and the Madfellow leader convinces the Guardian to preserve the Dark One's DNA, but Zoidberg eats it before it's possible. The Guardian takes Hutch's DNA into the dome to preserve human life.
Brannigan tries to apprehend the prisoners, but they escape on the ship and are being chased towards a wormhole that can take them trillions of light years away. The chase concludes with the Planet Express ship filled with all the main characters plunging into the wormhole, ending the movie.
Time for the serious part. The part where we discuss our thoughts on the religious view of this film.
In the beginning it really talks about bribery, how Leo Wong bribes the professor into saying that the destruction is environmentally friendly, when really it's not.
Also, I saw that bribery can lead to conflictions, and that's what nobody needs or likes.
It's kind of like saying you want buildings or the environment, like Pretty Little Animals or something.
It's like ruining the wildlife while trying to build urban areas.
Also, we saw how Leo Wong tried to destroy 12% of the Milky Way for a giant golf course. This showed that thinking only for yourself can lead to many problems and disasters.
Like, he really didn't take into account who lives in those areas, or how they were used, or if he really needed that golf course.
It's not like he really needed it or anything, he was just trying to build it for his own purposes and no one else's.
When Fry meets a legion of madfellows, he is told that he is the chosen one to defeat the Dark One. In a way, we are all chosen to do something on our own to protect the world around us.
It also shows how every day we are given a different challenge that we must complete in our own mindset, and how every day we strive to complete that.
Next section, Leela and the ego-feminists have killed the vice president and go to prison for it. The reason they get sent to prison is because they do it without thinking about what they're going to do.
You know, this kind of relates to what we learned in LifeWorks about feel, think, act. You know, they didn't really think or before they acted, so they didn't do well. Life works.
Wow.
Alright, in the next section, it kind of deals with Fry wanting to sacrifice himself because he thinks he's the Dark One. So he's going to use the device on himself to kill himself.
It's kind of like being a martyr for a saint. They give up for what they believe in and what they think is right.
And how Jesus carried his own cross.
You know, he kind of like, he cares for the people that he's with, so he wants to do anything for them, even give up his own life.
Like how we had the clothed and naked, how you would give the shirt off your own back for the person you love. In the next, we see how the device does nothing to Fry, as the leech ends up being the Dark One, and the dwarf system ends up being the Guardian. Well, not the dwarf system, but the dwarf star. And this shows how hidden beauty is in every day, and how in each and every one of us, there's a hidden beauty.
You know, you may not know it, but we're all special to someone, or, you know, something is special to us, and we may not realize it, so we may not appreciate it until we realize what we had.
In the movie, the Guardian take Hutch's DNA into the dome to preserve human life. And that's like how whatever we do today affects what happens in the future. And that just, we're leaving behind a legacy.
We all have our own legacies, and we all have different things that we have to do in our lives, and all of our lives are going to be different.
We all, no matter whether we know it or not, are very special to some people, and so is the class of 2015. Yeah.
In the very last section, Bradigan tries to apprehend the prisoners, and while chasing them, he goes into a wormhole. For us, I feel like the wormhole kind of represents our future, because they don't really know where they're going or what they're doing.
You know, the wormhole kind of, it's like life is filled with unknowns, and you don't really know where you're going, but you just gotta make the best of it and hope you come out okay.
Building on what he said, you don't know what's coming next. Like he said, the world is filled with unknowns. Hey, you just have to go face first into it, hoping for the best.
And that has been our discussion. Hope you liked it.